The pharmacist abruptly stopped counting my medication. Looking up with a bewildered expression, imagine walking into a pharmacy, feeling perfectly fine, and being told you've been dead for 6 months. That's exactly what happened to me, and it plunged me into a nightmare that would shatter everything I thought I knew about my own life. It was a day that started like any other, but quickly became the most terrifying experience of my existence. I was just standing at the counter, waiting to pick up my anxiety medication. Then Gloria, the pharmacist, looked at her screen, then at me with this utterly bewildered expression. "What do you mean, deceased?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper, but she was already turning her computer toward me. And there it was, this horrifying red alert flashing across my profile. "You died 6 months ago from an overdose. Same medication you're trying to fill right now." I mean, I was clearly alive. I'd been taking these anxiety pills for 2 years without a single problem. This had to be some kind of massive computer error, right? Systems glitch all the time. But Gloria was shaking her head, scrolling rapidly through her records. "I know this is your first time at our pharmacy," she said, her voice laced with a strange kind of pity. "But all the chains share the same database." She paused, her finger hovering over the screen. "Cedric Sullivan, with your social security number and birth date, is marked deceased as of April 12th. She clicked to another screen, and my stomach dropped. "There's even a coroner's report. Overdose of alprazolam. That's the exact medication you're trying to fill." I grabbed the edge of the counter, trying to steady myself. The fluorescent light suddenly seemed too bright, too harsh, almost blinding. "This has to be a mistake," I insisted, but even to my own ears, my voice sounded hollow, like it belonged to someone else. Gloria looked at me carefully. "You said you just moved here recently?" 5 months ago, I managed, trying desperately to remember why I'd moved here. My regular pharmacy was... I trailed off, a cold wave of realization washing over me. I couldn't remember where I'd been getting my medication before. "Mr. Sullivan, where did you move from? Which pharmacy transferred your prescription?" I pulled out the paper from my new doctor. "My doctor wrote this fresh," I explained, "said it was easier than transferring old records." Gloria examined it. "Did you tell him about your medication history? Your previous dosage?" I nodded, but again, I couldn't recall the actual conversation. All I knew was that I'd been taking the same pills for anxiety for a long time. Gloria started typing again, her fingers moving fast. "Let me check something else." My eyes were glued to her screen. "The death certificate was processed at St. Mary's Hospital. The body was identified by..." She paused, reading, "Jasmine Sullivan listed as spouse. There's also a daughter. Flora Sullivan, age 7, says here she was the..." Full story video added in below.